Hi and Assalamualaikum. This is a video presentation prepared by Group 1. Consists the members of 2210470 Nur Rafi Atikah binti Alizam, 2210479 Sri Avanesh anak lelaki Sri Ganesh, 2210454 Muhammad Ashraf bin Muhammad Rafi, 2210460 Muhammad Hazim Irfan bin Muskama, and 2210459 Muhammad Haikal bin Muhammad Rais. And the topic for this video is the theory of the formation of the ocean and different zones. For the first one, the plate tectonics theory. This theory is the cornerstone of modern geology and offers a comprehensive explanation for the formation of ocean basins. It posits that the Earth's lithosphere is divided into several rigid plates that float on the semi-fluid asthenosphere below. Oceans forms primarily due to the movement of these tectonic plates. The first one is divergent boundaries. At mid-ocean range, tectonic plates move away from each other. Magma from the mantle rises to fill the gap, solidifies as it cools and creating new oceanic crust. Over time, the process has led to the widening of ocean basins. Second one is the convergent boundaries. At subduction zones, one tectonic plate is forced beneath another. This process forms deep ocean trenches and leads to the recycling of oceanic crust back into the mantle. This explains why the oceanic crust is generally younger than continental crust.
Next, we are going to cometary impact theory. This theory proposed that water was brought to Earth by comets or icy meteorites colliding with the planet during its early stage. Comets and icy meteorites are composed of water, ice, and other volatile compounds. The impact of these celestial bodies released water as they melted upon entry into the Earth's atmosphere. This water accumulated over time and contributed to the formation of oceans. Overall, the plate tectonics theory has garnered the most support from the scientific community. It not only explains the formation of ocean basins, but also accounts for the distribution of earthquakes, volcanoes, and mountain range. The observation of mid-ocean ridge and subduction zones provides strong evidence for this theory. For hydrothermal vents theory is intriguing and highlights the role of volcanic activity in releasing gases and water vapor. However, it doesn't fully explain the global distribution of oceans or the patterns of oceanic crust. And lastly, the cometary impact theory has summarized as comets do contain significant amount of water ice. However, the actual contribution of cometary impacts to Earth's water is still a subject of ongoing research and debates. So, each theory offers unique insight into ocean formation, but the plate tectonics theory stands as the most widely accepted.
Next, we will study about the surface zone of the ocean, which consists of three: intertidal zone, neritic zone, and oceanic zones.
First, let's explore the intertidal zone. This unique zone is where the ocean meets the land, located between high and low tides. It can exist anywhere. The ocean meets the lands from steep, rocky ledges to long, sloping sandy beaches and expansive mud flats. Despite its challenging conditions, the intertidal zone is home to a remarkable variety of life, including crabs, seashells, and other resilient creatures. Moving offshore, we enter the neritic zone, characterized by its shallow water with a maximum depth of about 200 meters or 650 feet. Here, the sunlight can reach the entire seafloor over the continental shelf, making it part of the ocean-photic zone. This zone also known for its vibrant marine life. The Reritic zone teems with underwater life from colorful fish to magnificent coral reef. It's a hotspot of biodiversity and productivity. Venturing further from the coast, we enter the vast expanse of the oceanic zone, often beyond the continental shelf. This zone comprises 65% of the ocean's completely open water and is divided into several layers, each with unique characteristics.
So right now, I'm gonna talk about ocean zones and its differences. Basically, on average, ocean zones are 3 miles deep. Water column in the ocean zones are not uniform. In fact, each water column in the ocean zones are differentiated by light, pressure, and temperature. Oceanographers have divided ocean zones into 5 zones that can be found in the oceanic zones. For better understanding, let's look at the picture here that shows different ocean zones in our oceans. Here are the ocean zones that have divided into 5 by our oceanographers, which is first epipelagic zone, second mesopelagic zone, third bathypelagic zone, fourth abyssopelagic zone, and lastly hadal pelagic zone. Each of these zones actually have different characteristics that make it unique from each other. So I'm gonna explain a little more about each of zone that we have in our oceanic zone. So the first one is epipelagic zone. Epipelagic zone are also known as sunlight zone or euphotic zone. Epipelagic zone are downward 1200 meters from the ocean surface or roughly cover around 5% of the ocean depth. These epipelagic zones are fully lit by sunlight and make it warmest layers, which can reach 36 degrees Celsius during highest temperature. On the epipelagic zone also, they have enough sunlight penetration that make these layers suitable for photosynthesis from phytoplankton, algae and other aquatic plants. Majority of commercial fishing takes place at this zone, and also epipelagic zone is home to many kinds of animals including whales, dolphins and sharks, many of whom frequently break the ocean surface. So next, I'm gonna talk about the second zone in the oceanic zone, which is mesopelagic zone. Mesopelagic zones are also known as the twilight zone or dysphotic zone. This mesopelagic zone begins at 200 meters and extends downward towards 1000 meters, that making up approximately 20% of ocean's total depth. At this mesopelagic zone, light is dim and photosynthesis can no longer be occurred due to not enough sunlight penetration into this zone. At this zone also, temperature changes greatly because of thermocline. Other than that, at this ocean zone also, we can find larger fish like whales and giant squid dive to this depth to feed. In this region also, we can start to see bioluminescent fish and all sorts of bizarre looking fish such as anglerfish and lanternfish.
First is, I'll start off with the bathypelagic zone, also known as the midnight zone because of the lack of sunlight that it gets, and also because of the lack of sunlight that it receives. There is no organisms that can do photosynthesis in that zone. Hence, they will be preventing the growth of phytoplankton or aquatic plants. And also, this zone, it starts from 1000 meters up to 4000 meters, and the constant temperature of this zone is around 4 degrees Celsius, and the salinity range in this zone is about 33 to 35 gram per kg, and these conditions have been consistent for the past 8,000 years based on the statistics. And also the ecosystem that is found in this zone, the organisms are most likely sharks, squid, octopuses, and many species of fish, including deep water anglerfish, which has the light antenna on its head to navigate through water, and also gulper eel, which lights up, and amphipods and dragonfish are found in the zone. The next zone that I'm going to talk about is the abyssopelagic zone. This is the second deepest zone in the ocean. It starts from 4,000 meters and it goes down to as deep as 6,000 meters. And also it covers 83% of the total area of ocean and also 60% of Earth's surface. And usually the temperature that is found in this zone is about 2 to 3 degrees Celsius, and the water pressure is very high, which is 750 atm. Zones like this, the concentration of nutrients such as salts, nitrogen, phosphorus and silica are very high. This is because of the large amount of dead organic material that is gathered at the zone. The organisms that are found in the zone are basically microorganisms such as crustaceans or molluscs, snails, and also different small classes of fishes that uses their own light to navigate through the waters. But hydropelagic zone. Characteristics of hydropelagic zone is its depth is from 6,000 to 11,000 meters, and also it is the deepest region of the ocean, and the deeper it gets, it narrows down to a V-shaped depression, which is also called a trench,